Now, it's very hard to judge unless you do another angiogram. I'm not going to ever do an angiogram. I don't want to put radioactive dye in my body. In fact, I don't have any tests. In fact, I had blocked ears from duck diving in the sea in Fiji. So I went to a doctor and I just wanted them to look in, and they said, yeah, it's a bit clogged. Told them what I'm doing, hydrogen peroxide, hot coconut oil. Keep doing what you're doing. Come back in a week and we'll syringe them. And she said, have you had a blood test recently? I said, no, I don't do that. Have you had a mammogram? No, don't do it. A pap smear? No. She said, can I take your blood pressure? I said, if you want to. And of course that was very low. She said, you're very different to the last 65-year-old I saw. That's not genetics, is it? It's not genetics. It's actually what you're doing to your body. And how many people have been running well? They have a blood test. Oh, no. What's happening now? Their brain now starts to fear and think that there's something terribly wrong. The best test is, how do you feel? How are you running? How's things running with you? That's your best sign. So there are some things that must stop. But Agatha Thrash, she started Uchee Pines Health Retreat. I think it's in Tennessee. And her husband, Calvin Thrash, they're both doctors. They're both past now. If they're still alive, they'd probably be 100. But she used to tell the story of a lady that came to their retreat who was an alcoholic. She was in her 70s. And she just had an angiogram, both arteries like this. 2 of the arteries in the heart. But they didn't want to do a bypass on her because of her alcoholism. It weakens the blood vessels. That's another poison that comes in and damages the arterial wall. So her family shouted her a week at the retreat. At the retreat, there was no alcohol, no coffee. She started walking. She did the juices. By the 3rd day, she's feeling very good. Her eyes were opened. Remember that first verse I gave you? The blind eyes were opened. The prisoners out of the prison house. And on the 4th day, after reading the little book, Steps to Christ, she surrendered her life to God. She said, I don't want to go back and live that life anymore. And at the end of the week, she said to Agatha, can I stay? And Agatha knew that what she was going back home to. So they found her a little room where she could live, and she helped with the laundry and little bits like this. And the next 10 months, she says, was the happiest years of her life. She walked every day, lived the life. Unfortunately, because of the damage done by the many years of alcohol, an embolism had formed in her brain and it burst and she died. She died very quickly. And I tell you what, that's how I want to go. There, quick, because we've all got to die. Is that right? Yeah. And often the way we live determines the way we die. Not in every case, of course. There can be accidents, but often it is so. So Agatha, as a medical doctor, did a post-mortem on her. And this is what she found. Arteries were totally clear. 10 months. Because often you don't get that, but she was able to get it. The lady had an angiogram, changed her whole lifestyle to these Sustain Me principles. She did the post-mortem on her, clear arteries. Isn't that wonderful? What an incredible body we live in.